Hey everybody, what's going on? Can you guys hear us? I see a few people in the house. I see Kim Stahl in the house, Alfredo, Angela Critters, Barry, Anthony Chihuahua, Fast Pierre. Arlene, welcome. Hey Ralph, how you doing? Welcome in. Hey Allison, how you doing? Happy Tuesday from ridiculously hot Rhode Island. It's still 95 degrees out at 7 p.m. It got to 100 here today. Actually, in my town, it got to exactly 100. And I think it got to like 101, 102 in a couple of other areas. John Tiernan, welcome in. Adventure America, welcome in. Hey, Todd Saw, welcome in. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday so far. Calvin's already doing a bunch of mashed potatoes. Heat wave in the UK. Yeah, we're in the middle of one right now. We'll have one more hot day tomorrow, and then I think it's going to get back to normal for us. I don't mind the heat, though. Honestly, I like it. Ari's World is in the hizzy. What's up, man? Hey, Barry, welcome in. Great to see everybody here. Ralph, I just added you as a moderator. The sun is starting to drop behind the houses and the trees, so it'll feel much cooler after that. And there's like a nice little breeze too. There he is, doing the mashed potato again. Allison said it was way too hot today. It was hot. I mean, there's no denying it. I was working inside, so I was sort of out of the heat. So how's everybody doing besides being hot? Sounds good, Angela. Yes, you can lurk. Barry says, why is baking so delicious? I'd like to know the answer. Sock Monkeys in the house, the KMAC project, welcome in. Angela says she's a good lurker. Ari's World says it's a party in my mouth. Yeah, right, Todd. Calvin probably loves bacon. He loves anything, really. He's like not really picky. Right, Calvin, you're not picky at all. So I took down his pool because, first of all, yesterday when I got home from work, I had left the water in overnight, because I figured we'd use it another day. Well, he would. And the water temperature in that small surface area must have been like 95. And so it really wasn't super refreshing. And so, plus I didn't really want to kill my grass. So I repurposed the water. I actually took the water out of the swimming pool and filled up this jug so I could water my plants. But I still had some leftover water, so I got rid of it. Barry hot tub. Yeah, I just needed a motor or something to create bubbles. Hey, Ann, welcome in. I think I missed you come in. Good to see you. Ooh. We'll eventually go back in the house, but I figured we'd come out just for a bit now that the temperature dropped. to 95. Just eat a lot of beans for pool bottles. That's funny. Hey, Chris. Chris says hello from hot North Carolina. Hey, Jackie boy's in the house. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Cool video. I just finished watching it a short time ago. Definitely something interesting. I had never seen anything like that before, so it's always cool to like see different kinds of content. Calvin's just canvassing the yard. What are you looking for? Huh? What you looking for? Oh, of course, Kevin. My pleasure. So as you guys saw on the title of our live stream, we finally hit the 3K watch hour mark. Pretty cool. After 5 years of being on YouTube, which I would say the last year kind of was like sort of not really being on YouTube much, at least posting content. It feels pretty good, I have to say. Pretty cool. Thanks, Alice. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it, Sock. So now I just started the application process, so it's in process. So we'll see how fast it takes for that to happen. Hey, TL, welcome in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, Hippo. Hippo. I get the play on words there, bud. You didn't slip that past me. Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it. Oh, Fast Pierce says celebratory beer. We'll see. Maybe later. I'm just drinking one of my favorite seltzers. This is a non-alcoholic seltzer, but I don't know if anybody's ever drank the Topo Chicos. I absolutely love them. Pretty much every flavor is really good. And most of them have anywhere from like 5 to 10 calories. Calvin gets celebratory treats. That's funny. Shout out to Brian Seitzer or Seltzer? Where are you going? Huh? Calvin, come in the yard with me. Come here. Come here. Let's go chill out. We'll go chill out over here where it's a little cooler. You coming up close to the camera? Wow, it makes such a huge difference sitting in the shade. All right, I missed a few things. It's been a journey, Chris, for sure. Yes, Todd, it is a rolling 12 months. The last, literally the last 3 months have been really good for us. I mean, it helps when you're consistent with posting and, putting videos out and doing more lives. Clearly it's helped. But I want to say 3 months ago, I literally had maybe 1,600 watch hours. And so, I've gotten quite a few. Oops, hold on. Dang it. Ding you, Gimbal. All right, there we go. Fixed. Hey, Shady Lady, welcome in. Let's see what else I missed here. Rhode Island Roger, hope they don't take you down. I've had 1K plus for a couple of years. I lost over 800 hours when I first tried, still short after 4 years. Thank you, Rhode Island Roger. Well, we'll see. We'll give it a whirl. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll celebrate today and worry about tomorrow, on tomorrow, I guess, as they say. Anthony Chihuahua, 80B2, is it a stray cat's birthday? Yeah, he likes to hang out with me, Kim, for sure. Calvin, you got to move away because I can't really film you like this. Jenny Shaw says, what kind of dog is that? That's a Boston Terrier, Jenny. That's Calvin. Yeah, thanks, Allison. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Ari. Yeah, the live streams have been going well. Calvin, come here, buddy. I'd rather film you over here if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, Todd. Let's put it this way. If I didn't take the break that I took, I would have been monetized by now. I literally, before YouTube put in the 3,000 hour watch threshold, I had more than that. I was probably at like 3,400, 3,500. And then I really just stopped kind of putting out content, or not really much. And for reasons, I mean, I've already kind of gone over that. And so, but we're kind of back at it right now, and it's pretty cool. All right, guys, my gimbal is kind of, oh, here we go. Nope, I lied. Oh, nope, here we go. All right. Kim Stahl, let's see. I think I missed. Hey, Barry. Barry says, hello, Jackie boy. Chris, do likes and comments help the algorithm? I believe it does. I mean, there are a lot of other channels in here, but I'm fairly certain that it does. The more likes, views, comments, the more engagement with the video. I think that's a message to YouTube that, you know, people find the video, you know, at least interested enough. And so generally they'll try to push it out a little more. I mean, it's not a guarantee for sure. All right. All right, hold on, guys. I'm just trying. There we go. All right. Gimbal back in order. Kim says, do you have top 3 lessons that I've learned in doing YouTube? Yes. I mean, I'm going to do this off the fly, but I would say if you have any interest in really, you know, trying to monetize a channel, which of course I'm not the best example right now because we're not fully there yet, but you've got to be consistent for sure. That's, I think, one lesson I learned. Calvin wants to go back in the house. I don't mind that one bit. Second lesson I learned is that, you know, you can't really get bummed out like when you don't really get the views that you hope to get. You know, you're going to have a lot of videos that just don't do well. And so you have to kind of push through that. And 3, I think the most important one is if it's not fun, then don't do it. Because, you know, to me, it's got to be like enjoyable. And so for me, it is, because I love sharing Calvin with everybody. I've told the story quite a bit, but we started our channel in 2021, even though it says I've been a member since 2013. I made the mistake of taking an existing YouTube account and converting it into his channel instead of starting a new one. But we did this during the heart of the pandemic, just to kind of, you know, try to bring some positivity to what was happening at that time. You know, not being able to go anywhere, just people getting sick, and, you know, things being shut down, and just a lot of the bad news that you see out there. So we said, hey, you know what? I'm working from home pretty much all the time, and I'm stuck with him forever. So why not try to put some videos out there? And so that's kind of why we started. And then all of a sudden, you know, we got our first 50 subs. And at that point, I'm like, wow, you know, I can't believe 50 people actually follow us. Then it grew to 100. You know, we got most of our subscribers through the shorts videos. Those shorts are really good for driving up sub count. But what I've learned is that it's not necessarily a guarantee that they'll come watch your longer form content. So, you know, you've got to realize I probably have a couple thousand subs that, you know, subscribe and maybe haven't even watched more than 1 or 2 videos, if I had to guess. All right, that was a long-winded answer. Hopefully that made sense. Anthony says, keep on keeping on, Jeff. And when you stop, people stop visiting your channel, I noticed. Totally. That's absolutely right. I agree with that 100%. Arlene, thanks for dropping links. What is my demographic? You mean what part? We're in the East Bay, Roger. That's kind of where we live. Ooh, Jackie said he had some bison short ribs. I don't eat red meat, but I suppose that if you're a red meat eater, that would be very tasty. Barry said it's so hot that he saw a funeral go through a Dairy Queen drive-through. That's pretty funny. Toe injury, drop a beer on it. Oh, you saw my toe? No. It's actually kind of, I'll tell you the story. It's kind of embarrassing. So this past Saturday, I did a ton of power washing. Like I power washed all, you know, the fence, a lot of the house, the driveway. I had already done the deck on Thursday because it was a bank holiday, and that took forever just with all the spindles and, you know, all that jazz. And so I was so exhausted by the time I finished. So I was done. I took a shower. I went to go walk to the shed. But as I was walking to the shed, I was walking along where the concrete and the grass met. I was carrying my water jug with me, and I stepped and kind of misjudged where I was stepping. So I kind of almost like fell, but I was wearing flip-flops, and I ended up like stubbing my toe super hard into the concrete. It actually like ripped, not my nail, thank God, but it ripped a huge chunk of my toe skin off in front of it. And so I could probably take it off now, but basically it was just to stop the bleeding. And so, yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. Like my shed keys flew out of my hand. The jug, the water bucket thing that I was carrying flew out of my hand. I was very happy I didn't fall. Anthony says, nice lawn. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Rhode Island Roger. Appreciate that. Hey, Bushka, welcome in. Hey, Rick. We don't disagree. We think the best dog is a Boston also. Dairy Queen. Jeff's trivia live streams are my favorite on YouTube. We'll do that again, Fast Pierre. I love doing them too. But we'll definitely do another one. I actually have more fun doing the ones that are about us, just because it gets to, you know, folks to learn a little bit more about us and him. You know, and sometimes I try to build the questions, usually with the questions, not all of them, but some of the questions, you know, might have a story behind it. And so I find like it's fun to tell the story behind it. But we'll definitely be doing more of those, Fast Pierre. All right, folks are saying hi to everybody. All right, Ari's World, no problem. Bushka says, hi, everyone. Ari's World has a ton of friends in the summer. Everybody wants to come over and use his pool. Nah, just joking. They're awesome people. I'm sure that they're all... Hey, relax, buddy. I'll give you a treat. You know... no, sit. Sit. Yeah, sit. Guys, can you see the drool coming out of his mouth? It's so gross. It's a slip hazard. Shady Lady says, congrats. Thank you so much. Rick Grimes. My dog is a Boston Terrier, and we love... Oh, thank you, Rick. We appreciate that. What is your Boston's name? And I apologize if you've told me before, but I promise if you tell me now, I'll definitely remember this time. Definitely drank quite a bit of water today. Trying to stay hydrated with this heat. Hey, National Parks Princess. Oh, wow, Todd. Yeah, that's crazy. We won't do that. Like, we'll definitely keep it up and running. Hey, we got 46 in the chat and 24 thumbs up. Would appreciate if you smash that thumbs up button. So we'll test Chris's theory. Let's see if the more thumbs up you hit, let's see if more people come into the live stream. Hey Maverick, how are you? I don't know if I said hi to you, and I apologize. All right, hold on. Oops. One day I'm going to be a gimbal master, I promise. That's funny, Rhode Island Roger. Yeah. Allison says, that's why I watch every video, like them, and comment if possible. I try to catch every live, but I can't always go back and watch. But I can't. I always, yeah, we appreciate that, Allison. Yeah, you're always really good about being on the replay crew. And look, there's no expectation. We don't, we have some great supporters. We're thankful for, anytime anybody watches us, spends a few minutes of their time with us. So we do not have an expectation that somebody is going to watch every single video that we post. So, don't worry about that. I mean, we're just happy, that you watch any of them, to be honest with you. Calvin wants a treat. Yes, I just gave him one. I'll give him another one. Ready? Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. There you go. Hey, Motley. How are you? Thank you for being here. Anthony says, I heard once you get monetized, it's all gravy after that, and they just send you a check to send you a check. Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask the channels that are monetized if that's really true. I mean, look, it's cool, obviously, to hit this milestone after being on for 5 years, and I feel like, we will hit the next one too, and that'll be awesome, of course, but we have no expectations, that this is going to be paying a lot of money, and that's okay. I think I'll figure out. I haven't figured out exactly what we would do with the money part of it. Honestly, maybe I would invest it back into the channel a little bit. We don't have like the best equipment. I mean, I use an iPhone. I have a gimbal. I do have a tripod. I do have a green screen that I never use. I have like a really cheap mic that obviously it didn't work when I tried it at Colt State Park. So, maybe do things with that like that. And then, he's the star of the show. I don't pay this guy. And so, whatever we make, putting it towards some of his his treats, toys, food. And, I also think there's opportunity to do good with that money. If there was ever enough, we would donate to causes that are special to us. But, this is not anything that we're, I'm not going to be quitting my job anytime in the next 20 years. Let's put it that way. Well, I shouldn't say 20 years. My goal is to retire in 15. We'll see if I can make that happen. But anyways, that's sort of where we stand. K-Mac Project says, hiking with Jackie Boy. We have your vid in the queue after the live. I got to give you a mod, actually. I just realized that you're not a mod. All right, Sock Monkey, you're on the mod squad now. Hey, Nature Dog Realms, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. We just crossed the 3,000 watch hour plateau, which is pretty cool, as you probably saw from our live stream title. So we're just doing a little bit of celebrating. Just trying to catch up. Rhode Island Roger says, if he is fixed or not, we want to hang out. Queen River Wildlife Management. Where is that, Rhode Island Roger? You would think I know, since Rhode Island is the size of a postage stamp. But I'm going to guess, is that somewhere like, Washington County, like down that way? Yeah, but by the way, to answer your question, he is definitely fixed. Yep, I got him fixed at like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months old. So yeah, he's been fixed for a long time. All right, Allison, Kissy Cat, what's up? You're in the house. Thank you for being here. Barry says, "Are you Demographic or Republican?" I'm an independent, as they say. National Parks Princess says the East Bay area. Well, yeah. So National Parks Princess. This is we live in Rhode Island, and there's another member in the chat who's also from Rhode Island, and so he was asking what part of Rhode Island I lived in, and I live on the East Bay, which is like the biggest. We have a water source here. It's awesome. It's called the Narragansett Bay. For anybody who's interested in looking it up, but it's really basically, you know, it kind of cuts into the state of Rhode Island and then it creates all these like various islands. That's why we're called Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. But yeah, it's a really cool waterway. Like, I have a friend that has a boat that's docked at one of the marinas on that bay, and so basically, depending on if you live along the bay, a lot of people will say you either live on the East Bay or the West Bay, and it's just a matter of what town you're from. So I'm on a town that's on the East Bay, and we also have towns that are on the West Bay. So it just depends on where you live. Arlene says, "You're welcome, Jeff." Thank you. Kevin and Troy, hello. Nature Dog Realms. Kissy Cat. Hey, Jackie boy. Allison says, LOL, Barry. Yeah, Barry is a jokester. Hey, Mimi, how are you? Welcome in. Fast Pierre says, "I think having a schedule helps too. As a viewer, as opposed to a creator, it's easier to work stuff into your routine if it's consistent." No, and that's a fair point. That's one area that we stink at, and I'm going to be the first one to admit it, is that I do not have a dedicated posting schedule or, you know, scheduled to go live. I need to get better at that, but I have to be honest, sometimes it's just really hard because, you know, sometimes I wouldn't be able to go live necessarily all the time at the same time. It just depends on what I have going on. You know, so like, for example, I'm going to be traveling for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And so if I had a dedicated live stream day on a Thursday and a Friday, you know, I may not necessarily be able to actually have the live stream because I won't be around. So I try to work it around like my work and life schedule, but it's a fair point. Like, you know, Ari's World, who's listening, who's got this running, you know, I know that he goes live every Wednesday and Sunday at the same exact time. And so it's just easy to remember, and it's easy to be available for that sometimes. Maverick says, "I was doing it for fun, and then my page took off so fast, I didn't know what to do at first. So I started lives about 8 months ago, and I haven't done one since, but I'm fixing to start back." Yeah, you have, Maverick, if I'm not mistaken, you just passed 20,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely amazing. And my guess is that you have, like, your shorts are awesome. Like, I don't even know how you come up with the quips that you come up with, and like it's, and like that voiceover, it's just really cool. Like, and that's something that I don't know how to do. So, you know, I can see why you have a lot of followers. It's just super cool content. And obviously Maverick's a cutie pie on top of that. So you got a winner there. Anthony says, "Anyone got any ideas about the Google hack?" What Google hack that happened? I missed that. Kissy Cat says, "Your heat wave is a Tuesday in Houston." Yeah. Well, fair. That's fair. We're not used to it. But I love it, Kissy Cat. Like, honestly, I mean, I'm lucky. I have central air, and so if it gets really hot out, you just go step in the house and cool off. But it's 95 right now, but I have to be honest with you, like I didn't find it like oppressive outside. There was a little bit of a breeze, and plus the sun is starting to hide behind, you know, because it's getting close to sundown here. The sun is starting to hide behind like trees and homes, and so there's not like that beating sun on you right now. So I love this weather. I was made for it though. I have that nice Mediterranean, Portuguese Mediterranean skin. Marissa says, "Que lindo, pero poco mimos recibe, pobrecito." Gracias, Marissa. Barry says he's never going to get to the bottom of this. I'm probably way behind. You know what? That's cool, though. Allison said, "It sucked, Anthony. He was caught up in the hack a few years ago. Since he was a smaller channel, he didn't get the help the larger ones did." I missed the sidebar conversation, so I'll let that one be. Hi, Country Homestead. Hi, everybody. It's Susan in Australia here. Hello. Thank you for coming back, Susan. We remembered you from this past Sunday. I hope you're doing well. Ouch. That must be the foot story. Yeah, I'm way behind. Holy smokes. Hey, the Animal Lover channel. Welcome in. Appreciate it. Rhode Island Roger says, "The girlfriend is there, lived in Newport for 15 years. Be glad to come across the pond to see you. Get in touch, sir." Okay. That sounds good. I don't know if you have Instagram or if you have Facebook, but not Facebook, sorry, Instagram or TikTok. I would say Instagram's better if you have Instagram, but Calvin's on Instagram at CALVIN The Boston Terrierist. So if you have an Instagram account and want to follow us there, you can connect with us that way. Barry says, "Error. Definitely talking about my foot." Todd Saw says, "Ripping toe skin off. Ouch." Yeah, it wasn't fun. It just kept bleeding though. The bleeding like would not stop, and so hence I needed to put a Band-Aid on just so I didn't get like stuff covered in blood. But now I can take it off. I'm sure it stopped bleeding. I just haven't done it. Fast Pierre says, "Aw, Jeff. Hello, High Country. Hello, High Country. Tune time with Winnie. Thank you." Says, "Looking great, Calvin. Thank you for being here." Hey, Christine. How are you? Thank you for being here. Barry says, "Ketchup." Okay, Animal Lover. This is Christine. Yeah, I'm behind on the chat. My apologies. I'm trying to catch up, but it doesn't look promising. Hiking with Jackie Boy says, "Everybody thinks they have the best dog and everyone is right." Fair. I totally agree. And you know what? Not all dog breeds are right for certain people, right? I mean, like, as much as I love Boston Terriers, I don't think they're the perfect breed for every type of person, to be honest with you. I love this breed because, A, I just think they're super cute, but I love the personality they have. You know, I love big dogs too, but like a big dog would have just been a little bit tougher for me to manage. You know, I'm lucky, like when I go to work or if I'm traveling, I get help with Calvin. And so the fact that he's smaller is just, makes it a little easier for, people to help me with him. But, I love a lot of different dog breeds. All right. I thought I did give him a moderator. That's how far behind I am. I just saw another comment from Sock Monkey, and he didn't have the wrench yet. But obviously, I'm still way behind. Cal says it's not gross. It's super cool drool. Allison says, "I can't help it. Everything looks so tasty and food just makes me drool." Yeah, he's very food motivated, for sure. There's no doubt. Yes, Todd, to Calvin, there he goes again, talking to the invisible human. Yep, absolutely. High Country says, great to see you once again. KMAC Project says, we had a weenie dog who would drool big time. Yeah, Calvin's just a drooler. And sometimes, like, I don't see him drool. And, like, so if I'm walking barefoot into the kitchen, it literally, it's like an oil slick. There's so much viscosity in his drool. It's not like just regular saliva. It's got like an oily texture to it. Again, it's super gross, but it's super dangerous on top of it. Hey, Lisa Nitz, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Calvin is in the treat spot. Yes. I gave you 2 treats so far. I'll give you a third. Imagine if I gave him 1 treat for every watch hour. That would be tough. Godfather, welcome in. Yes, it's a Boston Terrier. I'm just trying to get through. Brooke Steele says hello. Hey, Brooks, how are you? Welcome in. Trips to PetSmart, Kissy Cat. Trips to Petco. We actually have not been to PetSmart. Isn't that crazy? And the only reason why is because there isn't one like super close by Rhode Island standards. But it really isn't that far. I probably could get to one in like 20 minutes. So we need to do a video from there. And I think what we would do is like a compare and contrast that versus Petco. But let me tell you, actually, so we have a store in Rhode Island, and there's some in nearby states too, but most of them are in Rhode Island. And you guys know, in fact, this is what I'm giving Calvin right now. I'm feeding him these treats, but we have a store called Ocean State Job Lot. And it's more of like slightly, I would put it like more in the discount store. You know, it's definitely, you know, it's sort of like, I'll call it a poor man's Walmart as far as, you know, it's not as big as Walmart, but, you know, the pricing is similar to Walmart, which is great. These treats right here, I was shocked to see that they carried them. For the bag, it was only $4.99. At Petco, they're like $8.99 or $7.99 if they're not on sale. And so the fact that it's almost half off is like crazy to me. Now, the difference is at that store, they had like 2 flavors to pick from, where at Petco, you had about, 20. So that's the downside, but he loves this one, I call it the OG mix. And so I may start buying them there. I'm going to save $3-4 every time I do it. Godfather says, good luck. I'm nearly 67. Holy smokes, I am so far behind. That is so crazy. We talked about that a long time ago. Oops, hold on. All right, there we go. Back in action. Tommy John. Hi, Calvin. You don't take any donations, super chats. Oh, Tommy John, we just crossed the watch hour threshold in order to do that. But it's in the process of being reviewed. So at some point in the near future, we should be able to accept that. So thank you for bringing that up. Rhode Island Roger says, Colt up front at the state park or really get a spot or just the beach? Dude, we have been watching for a while, going back to being quiet. Look forward to seeing you over our house. Oh, thanks, Roger. That's awesome. Yeah, we go to Colt State Park all the time. That would be a great meetup spot. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that reminder for hitting the like button. All right, I'm catching up. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. All right. National parks. We have an East Bay here, too. Oh, okay. Where do you live, National Parks? Remind me. Hey, Drea. How are you? Welcome in. Let me turn on this light. Oh, 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 it's magic. You know. Uh-oh. Gimbal error. Barry. All right, hold on. Gimbal error. There we go. It's very hard to get scheduled lives. Yep, you got it. Is beer allowed at this party? Of course, Todd. You know me. And actually, I'm so glad you brought that up. Again, I'm never going to get to the end of this chat, but if anybody knows me for a while, I like my booze here and there. I love bourbons. That's probably my favorite spirit at the moment. I like vodka. I like my wine, but I'm a massive craft beer fan. Don't mind the Coors Lights in there, but I love like my New England style beers, like from these like really small breweries. And so in my heyday, like this little mini fridge would be stocked full with beer, like my craft beers. But I still have some room in there. High Country says she used to have a dedicated posting schedule. Oh yes, I remember you saying your brother passed. Very sorry about that. Adventure America says, yeah, dedicated schedules helps, but it's hard to keep. We agree. Oh no, Ack, that's so sad for sure. Calvin is definitely patient. Hey Enzo, how are you? Oh, we're really good. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. NDR is very consistent. I agree. Yeah, I remember you saying that the other day, Jackie boy, Kevin, that you couldn't go live because of poor reception. Oh, of course, Maverick. Absolutely. We're not doing trivia today, but Kissy Cat, but we will. We'll schedule that probably next week. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm going away, but what I am going to try to do is I am going to see if I can do a live stream Friday from New York City. The only problem is Calvin won't be with me, so maybe I need to get a picture and like hold it up in front of the camera. But other than that, it'll just be me. But I figured depending on where I am in New York City, that might be cool to show people. Wow, Anthony, that's crazy. 16 billion people. Yikes. Ruh-roh. There's a new effect creator you can sign up for to make effects for YouTube, and everyone on the platform can use. Check it out. Oh, okay, cool. We'll definitely check it out. Kissy Cat says, Steve Perry is Portuguese. He is Portuguese. You're right. Barry said, I said that 15 minutes ago. Oh, right. Ruh-roh. All right, guys, let me see. All right. I don't want to miss these comments, though. This is important to me. Sock Monkey asked, what's the humidity there like, Jeff? It's pretty humid, but let me see what Alexa has to say. Alexa, what's the current humidity?
Currently, the humidity is 45%.
Oh, not bad. 45%. It's usually worse than that. That could be worse. Anthony says, ketchup, I'll be mustard. Barry, my brother was the biggest Journey fan ever, Kissy Cat. Oh, that's cool. I like Journey, too. Journey's great. Thanks, Arlene. Appreciate it. He is a cutie. Adventure America says, let's see. I chatted this at 6:32. Kissy Cat says, I saw them 3 times. All right, maybe you guys should just stop commenting for 30 seconds so I can catch up. No, I'm only kidding. This is great. So this means I can't ever get off until I catch up. Take care, National Parks Princess. Appreciate you being here. I'm sure you're already gone by now, but they're all my witnesses. I did say goodbye to you. Barry says, let's see. I texted this at 6:33. All right. Troy, Leda NPP, National Parks Princess, cool Kissy Cat. Arlene, I saw them at Texas Jam. Anthony Chihuahua, cheers. Todd saw Maverick Doodle. New sub to Maverick. I watched a couple of shorts. Wonderful. Running a playlist. Oh, Todd Saw, you are the best. Their channel's so cool. Like Maverick is a much bigger doodle than Ari Bear. I think, right? Isn't Maverick about 100 pounds or close to that? Hey, Ford 4600. Thank you for being here. Vukinin Polik says, I have one too. Awesome. Appreciate you stopping in. Yes, Kissy Cat. That I remember that. Uh-oh. Gimbal. There we go. Get a gimbal, they said. It'd be fun, they said. Barry says, food motivation. I can relate. That was probably like 10 minutes ago. The Masked Twin says, oh my God, so cute. Can you shout me out? Hey, everybody, the Masked Twins is in the house. Kiss Cat says, I got hit by a baseball. I was a statistician in high school. Lots of blood. Oh, boy. That's not good. Ann says, PetSmart is expensive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be similar to Petco. They can't be too far apart, right? They're huge competitors. Todd Saw says, bottle that drool up, sell it as Calvin's Organic Super Lube, put up ads at OnlyFans. So, Todd, it's funny you mentioned that. So, you'll have to go back to it, and maybe somebody can post it. But we have a video. It's called, we named a product after Calvin's drool actually already. So, I love where your head's at. It's called Calvin Clean. And it's a super dishwashing liquid made out of his saliva. But you should see the video that I put. If somebody can find it and post the link, it's called something like Boston Terrier has a brand new like dishwashing liquid, or comes out with like a brand new dishwashing liquid soap or something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but if somebody can find that and put it up there, that would be so hysterical. And you guys have to watch that. Kissy Cat says Tractor Store is cheaper. It wasn't cheaper than $4.99. I did buy some there. But it's cheaper than Petco, though. I definitely agree. She does rock, Sock Monkey. I agree. Arlene rocks. Oh, cool, Ann. Yeah. I'm not sure what TSC is. No, not TSC. I'm not sure what Rural King is. Anthony says, quit trying to catch up and jump to now. What's Cal cooking tonight? Nothing. Cal's eating that. All right, let me... Ari's World's back. What did you miss? You missed me falling behind the chat by about 10 minutes. All right, guys, I'll catch up. All right, so who wants to give me the 30-second rundown of what I missed in the last 5 minutes? How about that? And then that way I'll be caught up. Oh, cool. I think Sock Monkey found it. Anthony Chihuahua says, Kissy, I heard it was your first pet and the street you live on. Are we talking about our porn name? Because I'm pretty sure it's, the way I heard it, it's your middle name and the street you grew up on. That's your adult actor / actress name. All right, see? Crispin Augustine says, do you think they should allow Kim Jong-un to play even? He's crying that nobody's playing war with them. I don't know, But we don't really talk politics in this chat, so I guess I'll leave it at that. Kissy Cat doesn't have a middle name. All right, then you can use your pet name. Wow, I really missed a lot. Well, if we're playing that game, I can tell you what my adult star name would be. We're gonna go back to when I grew up, though. So my adult star name would be Paul Hilltop. That would be my name. Felix says, I am. I'm a researcher from Germany based close to the actual South Pole. Oh, wow. Fast Pierce says, I said I'd join if you do memberships, Jeff. Oh, okay. Well, like, can you do memberships at 3,000 watch hours, or do you have to be 4,000 for that? I don't even know, actually. I should probably look into that. Eat a treat again? No, I'm not eating a treat again. That was a once in a lifetime event. And so if you missed it, you're going to have to watch the chat replay. Or you can go to Maverick Doodle's post because she screenshotted me eating the treat and put it up on her community post, which I thought was hysterical. And she called me the treat bandit. And so now all the dogs are going against me. Anthony, Paul Hilltop, so sexy. Whistles. That's funny. Felix says 24 hours sunlight a day and minus 53 Celsius. Yikes. You got it, Calvin Clean. I had let me tell you, that video, you know, in my mind when I made this, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to get thousands of views. And then, like, I don't know, maybe it's got like 400 or 500 views. But let me tell you, that was one of the most fun videos I ever made with him. The other video, probably my second or even possibly my first fun video, was our first Halloween video. That one's really cool. That was when I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And so it took me forever to like make the video. I think now I could probably do it in like an hour, maybe less time. It's not even that long, but to do all the effects that had and to figure it out, it probably took me like 3 hours to do that video. But it was really cool and a lot of fun. Oh, Maverick Doodle says, I'm a guy. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Todd saw, what did I miss? Just got done with Calvin Clean commercial. Placed my order for the big jug, the 96 ouncer, right? That's the best deal. You have to. You have to get the 96 ouncer. Maverick says, email it to me. Uh-oh, I need a... Sorry, guys, I might have a gimbal error again. All right, fixed. There we go. Yeah, the other video to check out, again, if you guys want to find the link, it's the first Halloween video we did. We've done a few, but the first Halloween video, to me, is so cool. And it was a lot of fun to make. And then what was happening is, like, you know, I was spending all this time trying to make these videos and, you know, put a lot of effort into it. And then when you don't get the views that you hope for, you know, it gets a little deflating. And so you kind of, you know, I kind of went like, you know what, maybe the simpler approach is the better way to go. And in most cases, I think it was. Hey, Ellie Brady, welcome in. Hey, Derek, how are you? Welcome in. The Ring cameras are working out great. Kissy Cat. You know, hopefully I don't need to test them out other than just to look at footage, but they're all set up how I want them. So far, so good. Exactly, Ari's world. Consistency and persistence. Right, Troy? Yeah, sometimes, again, I think it's just, you know, yeah, obviously you want a good quality video, but I think it also depends on what kind of content you're putting out. And so for, you know, I think for us with animal channels, you know, I think most people just want to see the animal. You probably don't need as much theatrics involved as you might with, you know, maybe some other kind of channel that might be more niche or just has that requirement, you know, like, I mean, like, look, in this live stream, obviously there's no editing with this. I'm legitimately just holding a gimbal with the phone, watching Calvin sulk at the door because he wants to go out. Hey, Audra, welcome in. Audra's in the house, everybody. Say hello to Audra. Calvin, do you want to go back outside? Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go in the backyard. Come on. All right, we're back outside. I'm not going to eat another treat, Ari Bear. You have to watch the replay or check out Maverick's community post. He took a screenshot of it and labeled me the treat bandit. Kim says he would take Calvin for a coffee or a puppuccino. He would love that. Right, Calvin? Ooh. Barry says do-over. You know what? I'd like to do a dare challenge. I'd like to see Ari's World or who else? Maybe Maverick Doodle or anybody else with animals. Maybe NDR. I'd like to see them eat a treat. Hello, Ram. Welcome in. Thanks, Kissy Cat. Yeah, I need a lot of things, to be honest with you. I would love a swimming pool, but a hot tub would be cool. I had ideas of maybe taking this part of the yard and putting like some like stone pavers here. Even maybe like extending the deck this way would have been kind of cool, but that seems like a big project. But I think creating another like patio area would be nice, just to break up all the lawn. Yeah, see? You got to do it, Chris. Ari's World, for sure. Call it the Treat Bandit Challenge. I love it, Allison. That's a good one. Yeah, right, Anthony? It's super clever. Oh, Chris said she ate a dog cake. So, Chris has already eaten a treat. Chris from NDR. We have a lot of Chris's in here. Oh, Adventure America says, let's do a panel live trying our dog treats. I'd be game for that, because I already know the one that I would eat. It's the one that I already ate. And so maybe I'll do the peanut butter one next, just because it's all human. It's all ingredients that are like in human food. So I would definitely eat it. Right, Barry. Bacon does not count. I agree completely. Yeah, Ari's World says, time for a hot tub. High Country Homestead with 561 subs. That's awesome. You'll get to 1,000. A Japanese garden. That sounds really nice, but you have to understand something about me, Kim. The older I get, like, the less I want to do. I'm not gonna, like, I used to, like, you know, be meticulous about mowing my lawn and all that stuff, and now I'm like, you know what? I used to, like, hate spending my weekends doing stuff like that, and, you know, now I'm like, I'll pay somebody to mow my lawn. They do a great job. They do my mom's house, one of my aunts, and so this guy's and his crew are really good. And so that way, if I want to go golfing on the weekend, I don't have to say, oh geez, I got to do my yard work. Cheerios does not count. Ari's World is trying to take the easy route. Yeah, Kim, I'm not one of the green thumb types, as you can tell. My yard, other than hanging plant, literally, I used to, like, I actually wouldn't, I would plant flowers and stuff like that. That doesn't bother me, but even this, like the last 2 or 3 years, I'm like, yep, I'm going to get them already potted, and I'm just going to plop them in spots. I'm all about easy, like a Sunday morning. Todd says, it's a challenge. You each need to send the other participants a dog treat they have to eat no matter what. If I play, I'm sent turkey heads. You're not playing, Todd. There's a limit. There's just certain things I would never eat. I just couldn't do it. Kissy Cat says, Ari, he needs to get married. I don't want to take care of him. Are you talking about a son? I missed part of a conversation here. Oh, your brother. Don't laugh. My brother has a Texas State hot tub. He's single. That's cool. Adventure America says, Bear eats bacon and rice for treats. Actually sounds good. It does sound great. They attract hummingbirds. No way. Ram says, tis France dog. I'm wondering if you mean a French bulldog. No, this is a Boston Terrier. He's a Boston Terrier. Angela Critters is back. Welcome back. Kissy Cat says he's 10 years younger. He's basically your kid. So that's funny, Kissy Cat. Me and my sister are over 9 years apart also, and my sister's older than me. She's 9 1/4 years, we'll call it, older than me. And it's just the two of us. And well, my mom had a child like between me and my sister that passed like basically the same day he was born. So my mom and dad, like, they wanted to have kids closer together in age, but that's not the cards that they were played. I guess good for me, right? Angela says she's still here. Susan S. for Biscuit. Calvin has the life. Yes, he does. Oh, no problem, Angela. I just appreciate you being here listening. Thank you. Oh, okay, Kissy Cat. Yeah, so it's just the two of you. So you're sort of like, you're almost kind of like you said, like a mom. Like that's how it was when I was growing up as a young kid. Like, you know, my sister, you know, she was awesome always, but, you know, clearly when I'm like the 7, 8, 9-year-old brother, you know, at that age, you know, I'm not exactly, you know, there's not a lot in common, right? My sister at that age, she's like a teenager and she wants to go do her own things and hang out with her friends. And actually her husband, who she's been married to since 1987. They started dating in the 6th grade. Isn't that crazy? They've been together since junior high school. And so, you know, like I was sort of like a little bit of a thorn in her side because she'd have to babysit me and like, you know, that kind of interfered with her plans. But, you know, as we both got older, like we're super close now. Hey, Sonal, how you doing? Maybe it's not Sony. Oh, Sony Singh. How you doing, Sony? Welcome in. Hey, Becky, welcome in. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Angela is on the big screen. Absolutely. Calvin, Boston Terrier, who identifies as a social media influencer, making drool cool again. Yeah. Absolutely. Mint chocolate chip balls. What's up? Welcome in. Calvin, you got to make up your mind, honey. You're either in or you're out. Which one? Look. Say hi to everybody. Ann says, my youngest sister is 14 years younger. I've always adored her. Oh, that's awesome. Is it just the two of you, Ann, or are there other siblings, I'm assuming, in between? Thank you, Ram. Appreciate it. Kissy cat. That's a good question. Does he unwrap presents? He may have, but not really. I kind of feel like you have to like help him with that. Not like some dogs that, you know, they'll just rip apart the paper. I don't think he's ever done that, but I think if you get it started, he might kind of rip at it at that point. Calvin, honey, here, do you want another treat? We'll give you another one of your rolled sticks from Retriever. All right, off to the races. Off to the races. All right, Maverick, thank you so much. All right, pals, I got to go. Steak night. Until next time, stay possum. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Have a great night. Todd saw, any thoughts of a doggy door? I wouldn't get one. Not worth it. First of all, I don't trust Calvin enough. It doesn't go into the backyard. It goes to the side yard here. And, you know, he could literally just go right out the front. And so, answer to that would be no. I think I missed Richard come in the house. Hey, Richard, how are you? Unless Richard is by another name that I don't know. Motley has started to rip up paper. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, he's good on his tippy toes, Anthony. You got it. Yep. Kissy Cat says her brother is a fishing guide in the Gulf Coast. He's never going to meet a girl. Well, maybe he can find a gal that likes to fish also. There's a lot of gals that like to fish. Urfave Vampire said hello. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Yes, Calvin is on his cloud. So a lot of you know that that's what we call this. So I've told this story a bunch of times. So when Calvin was a itty-bitty baby, my coworkers, who most of them I still work with, a couple of them have moved on or retired, as a gift, one Christmas, we did like this big, it was kind of a cool thing. There was only 4 of us, but what we did was we did sort of like a modified Secret Santa, and what we did is everybody just got one gift, but basically the gift was supposed to be about $100. And the way it worked was the other three people pitched in and bought that one gift for the other person, and so on and so forth. So essentially, it cost me, $100 to buy 3 gifts, if you will. And so, everybody got their gifts, and then I got this gift, which was great, except it wasn't for me, it was for my dog. And so that's the running joke, is they ended up getting a nice, awesome gift for my dog, but not for me. And so every once in a while, I do lay on it just to feel like it's mine. His iCloud. I love that. That's a good way to say it. Take care, Ann. Thank you so much for being here. Maybe he'll meet a mermaid. Oh, thanks, Angela. We love you too. It is cute how they hold their treats like that. I agree. Well, they don't have the opposable thumbs, so. Oh, Calvin's telling me he wants water. All right, bud. Give me a minute. All right, guys. I'm gonna set down the gimbal for a split second, and you guys can look at that corner. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Richard is mint chocolate chip balls. Okay. Richard, I will remember that. Katie Larson, Calvin inspired me to post videos of my little 7-month-old. Oh, that's so cool, Katie. I'd love to hear stories about that. What's the name of your Boston? Jackie Boy has the same Kong? Yeah. So Calvin, the only time he will ever chew this Kong is if like there's peanut butter or treats stuck in there. He doesn't care about it any other time. Kissy Cat says, yeah, right. I worked his fishing show and sold all his trips. Uh-oh. Let me fix that, Calvin. That's an error. My AC has just not stopped running all day. Oh, God, Anthony, delete. You don't have to delete that. That's super funny, actually. We'll let that one slide. That is funny. I should get a smokeless fire pit for the fall. They are great. Well, Kissy Cat, see that thing right there? That's a fire pit. It's a gas one. And even in the summer, like at nighttime, sometimes when it gets cooler, I'll light that bad boy. It's cool. I love it. Yeah, so smokeless fire pit, Angela. I mean, we'll do, not today because it's obviously 95 out right now, and that would be weird if I turned on the fire pit. I think my neighbors might call somebody, something on somebody if I did that. But I'll maybe like in a couple of months when it cools down, we'll light that up, and I'll do a nighttime stream. Oh, you missed his water signal? Yes, he stands by the bowl, and he'll do this. I don't know if he does it with his mouth or his hand or his paw, but he rattles the bowl to let me know that he wants food or water. He's a pretty smart cookie. Oh, his name's Zion. That's a cute name. Awesome. There's some really cool, like, heat lamps and fire pits, like the ones, like, you know, that are gas powered, that are really cool. But that one I liked because it just matched the deck. Like, you can't tell with the cover on, but what the heck? I'll take it out. Come here. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's got like this kind of top. This is sort of the bottom. And then it's all connected to gas. And then this is where the fire pit, this is where the flame comes out. So I love it. It's pretty cool. But like I said, it's super hard out and I'm not lighting it. Yeah, fireside chat would be cool, but again, not today. Go ahead. You want another treat? Come on, let's go get a treat. Come on. Do you want a treat? No? Okay. All right. He doesn't want a treat. Oh, I would love to visit Zion National Park. I have gone to the Grand Canyon, which is the best natural landform I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I'm definitely not lighting the fire pit. You don't have to worry about that, Kim. You've lit your fire pit when it was 107? Wow, that's hot. Todd Saw says, Angela Critters just checked it out. Watch beginning of Tennessee Onions, and I am in. New sub, I will watch rest of the vid later and make those for sure. Yeah, so Angela's channel is awesome. She makes a lot of really cool, like, I think they're Southern dishes, mostly what I see, but I mean, I don't really know for sure. I'm not like a chef, but there a lot of things she makes I'm not always familiar with, so I find it very interesting, you know, to see what she comes up with. And it's cool because a lot of these recipes I feel like, you know, are from maybe childhood or just, you know, from her family and all that. And she'll tell stories on it. And a lot of the stuff she does is simple. Same thing with Kissy Cat. Guys, Kissy Cat does a lot of cooking content. And she tries to do meals that are easy and very affordable. And a lot of the meals she makes are great. Calvin, let's go get a treat. Come on. Come on. Guys, you have to understand, this is like massive trust that I'm giving him right now. Like, I am always petrified that he's just going to go dash off and run out into the street. But he hasn't done that, which is good. Oh, that's a cool name, Fireside Chats. You have a lot of good ghost stories? Oh, you should do one, Anthony. You've got a channel. Have Radar there. I would definitely check that out. That would be super cool. Yeah, Calvin's pretty smart. I mean, I'd give him a 8 out of 10 in the smarts department. Or as we say, the smarts department. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Katie says, I know it might sound weird, but I named him sorta after a city in Israel. But backwards, LOL, Zion, Rishon. The city is Rishon LeZion. Oh, okay, cool. I feel like a lot of people name their pets after something that has a story. Calvin has a story too. I told it in the last stream, so I will save it save it for a stream down the road just so I'm not boring people. But Calvin's name kind of comes with the story also. Yes, it is, Anthony, 8/19. And as you mentioned in the last live stream, the days are now getting shorter. Hey, Alexa, what time is sunset?
Sunset in East Providence will be at 8:25 p.m. today.
6 more minutes and the sun will be set. Brittany says, I just got a Boston puppy Friday. Her name is Orca because I love killer whales and because she's black and white. She's pretty smart for 10 weeks old. Oh, congratulations, Brittany. That's a perfect name for a Boston Terrier that's black and white. Cool name. Audra says, hey, Anthony, any ghost stories about the Stanley Hotel? So, fun fact, I've been to the Stanley Hotel. I didn't stay there. I was just in the lobby. But it was really cool. And for those who were wondering what the heck that is, that's the hotel that was in the movie The Shining. And it's located in Estes Park, Colorado. And Estes Park, Colorado is one of the towns where you can enter the Rocky Mountain National Park. And so that was the city that I entered the park from. And we visited the Stanley Hotel. And it was beautiful, but I didn't notice any paranormal activity when I was there. Susan says, nice fire pit. Katie says, loves the chair color. Yeah, I do too. I needed a little pop of color on the deck because everything's kind of gray. And so I'm like, you know what? I need to balance that out somehow. And so I like that color blue. I thought it was cool. You can roast marshmallows on it, Kissy Cat, technically. But it would be better to do it on that other fire pit that I have near the shed, which of course has no wood in it right now. But if I were to roast marshmallows, I would probably do it over that one just because the flame is a little bit more forceful. Like this flame is obviously very controlled because it's, all gas powered and on a burner. But you could technically roast marshmallows on it. Kissy Cat, not now, around the fall. Yeah. Again, this will possibly be on in the summer. Like we can get some cooler nights in New England. Like when it's normal, like, we might get, 80s during the day. And then, some nights might drop into like the high 50s, low 60s. And sometimes that's just like perfect for a nice little fire outside. Oh, Calvin, Ari says, my girls would say you got your dogs out, bare feet. Yeah, I do. I got my bare feet going. No reason to have socks on today. Kissy Cat says, I burn my bills on it better than a shredder. You're right, for sure. Anthony says, Angela's awesome. I'm already falling behind on the chat. Look at that. Anthony says, we just subscribed to Kissy today through you, Jeff. Woohoo. Awesome. Kissy Cat's got an awesome channel. Hey, my friend Shelly, you're here. I'm so happy to see you. Guys, Shelly's awesome. Shelly does so much for our channel. She's always running our playlist. She's always shouting us out. I know some of you already follow Shelly, but she's got an amazing channel that has grown leaps and bounds over the last 2 years. Shelly's got 2 Yorkies, Oakley and Maverick. And I think combined, they weigh a total of like 7 pounds, maybe 8 pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shelly, but I'm pretty sure they're tiny. You move them around with like 2 fingers whenever you pick them up to move them from the floor, from the couch, or from one side of the couch to the other. Calvin kind of knows how to stay close to home, but I don't trust him. I could never walk him off leash. I would never do that. He's very territorial, and so if we were to walk and if he saw another dog or animal, his instinct is to go right to that animal and kind of assert some dominance. Kissy Cat, missing people in national parks. I've never heard of that. Wow. That sounds interesting. I know when I went to the Grand Canyon, like the tour guy we had, it was a perfect day, the day we went, but he said that a lot of times people will go and the weather's not great there. It's like super windy and there'll be these like all of a sudden these massive gusts of winds that will literally blow people into the canyon. And of course, it's usually not a good outcome for them, but like that kind of freaked me out when he said that. Katie says, Calvin and Hobbes, I wonder his story. No, it's not that, Katie. You have to follow our channel. Hopefully you subscribe to our channel. And you know, follow us on another live stream. I will tell the story again, but I literally just it just basically has something to do with the last Boston Terrier that I had. But again, I'll tell the story another time. That'll be your that'll be the cliffhanger for you to come back and visit us. Yes, I know, Kissy Cat. I know you've got Bugsy, and I forgot what's the name of your other cat. Sunset Live would be cool, actually. Oh, you know what? We have a video. Again, I don't want you to have to like chase the whole catalog, but there's this one video we filmed. It probably doesn't have a ton of views either, and I'm actually trying to remember if it's on Calvin's channel or if it's actually on my other channel. I think it's on Calvin's channel, but again, I live on the bay, and so there's this like little park area along what's called the East Bay bike path. Like the whole bike path goes literally along the whole entire East Bay from Providence to Colt State Park, which is where I did that live stream a few weeks ago. But there's some parking areas and like the sunsets that you can see over there, you know, when it's a nice sunset, of course, are just spectacular. And I know we posted a couple of them on the channel. So if you guys want to look for that and check it out, it's pretty cool. Todd, so a Kissy Cat, want to check it out. There you are in a Robin outfit right off the bat, as in Batman and Robin. I'm in, new sub. Todd, you're just freaking awesome, dude. Honestly. Again, I know you don't like, maybe you don't care, but I call you cool grandpa. I know you're not a grandpa, but dude, you're just like freaking amazing. Ari's World, Brittany, hooray, and congrats. We sub to you if you decide to post content someday. If not, that's okay. Todd, I'm laughing and thank you. Kissy Cat, Todd is the funniest guy, along with Barry and a few others that make me laugh pretty much every live stream. Oh, Sock Monkey, you've been to Estes Park many times. I've only went that one time. It was beautiful. I thought it was a cool looking town. The number of elk that I saw was just insane. They were literally running around the town like people. Like that's how many I saw. There was a bunch near the Stanley Hotel. There was a bunch in like this field. It almost looked like a kind of like a sports field, like with a baseball field, football field. And there were just like a million of them in one area. And I was just blown away by that. And then it was really cool going into the park. The day I was in Estes Park, it was literally 85 degrees in town. And by the time we drove up, I don't know, probably not, obviously not to the summit, but you know, a good ways up there, it dropped to like 38 degrees. Like the temperature change was like almost 50 degrees. It was insane to me. Just nuts. Freaking Todd. It is a cool hotel, I agree. Todd saw at Kissy Cat in a Robin costume with the bottle of Crown Royal. How awesome is that? Oh, you grew up in Colorado. Okay, nice. I've only visited it a couple of times. I've been to, oh, actually, maybe only once. Actually, it was only one time, but I was in Denver for a conference, but I extended my trip for a couple of days and was able to see like the Rocky Mountain National Park and all that, which was really neat. Brittany doesn't post, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, Brittany, if you're sub to us, you'll definitely see all these amazing folks again for sure. How about the popcorn? Yes, he loves this popcorn, except I don't have a bag open right now. And so, Calvin, what's up, bud? I'm wondering if he's telling me he needs to go to the bathroom. And that's another weird thing about Calvin. Calvin, well, he'll pee, but Calvin won't do number 2 in our yard. Like, he needs to go for a walk, right? Do you have to go for a walk? Is that what you're telling me? Are you saying you need to go for a walk? Is that what you need to do? You need to go for a walk? Look at his face, guys. Cat. She's an 80s gal. She likes to party. Wow, we got a bro sis fest going on between Kissy Cat and Todd. I love it. Love to see it. Brittany asked, does Calvin like to play fetch? Sort of. When he's in the mood, and he'll chase the ball or whatever I throw, like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then he's done with it. He's not a sustained fetcher. He'll do it a couple times, and then I think realizes, like, what am I doing? This is kind of stupid. Is Calvin the millionaire? No, he is not. I am not. But somebody in this room, in this chat room, knows who the millionaire is. I'll just say that. Yes, Shelly, you finally made it. Wow, I'm really bad at keeping up with the chat today. Linda Potter, Potier, how are you? Welcome in. I missed another funny. Calvin Unchanged, marking all of Rhode Island, coming to a theater near you. Yes, exactly. Calvin loves to deliver P-mail, for sure. He is adorable. I agree. He's a cutie. Yeah, he doesn't mind. He'll do a little bit of tug of war. We don't play a lot of that, but he does do it occasionally. Yeah, Katie, his tongue poke is cute. Calvin, look at the little snaggletooth he's got going on right now. That is the cutest thing ever. Calvin's like, when are you going to stop talking to the phone? He's like, yeah, the head tilts are cool, right? The head tilts. The head tilts. Walk. Chicken. Peter. Where's the tongue? And where's the paw? There's the tongue. There's the paw. Definitely got to keep up on the P-mail. Anthony, thank you so much for being here. And I just realized we've been on for 93 minutes. Holy smokes. It's amazing how fast time flies when you're having fun. Hey, When Larry Sings, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Katie, he does recognize certain words, right? Like treat and walk and chicken and Pete. Where's Pete? Where's Peter? Go see if Peter's here. Is Pete here? Go check. Is Peter here? Where's Newman? Where's Pete? Where's Peter? Go see. I just created a monster. I know, I shouldn't do that to Cal. That was rude of me, I agree. He loves Newman, for sure. Right, Pete? Where's Peter? He's not here today, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trick you like that. Kissy Cat says, you're Boston's new bath. We couldn't even spell it. Calvin, do you need to take a shower today? No? No shower today, right? God, look at his freaking tongue, honestly. Todd, thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to be calling it. We've been on for 95 minutes, which is, a long time. But It was a lot of fun. And so thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah, celebrating 3,000 watch hours. We finally crossed that threshold and making our way to 4K. And I know because of the support that you guys give us, we will get there soon. So with that, we are going to bow out, as Todd said as well. So everybody, again, thank you so much for being here. We love you all. And we will see you guys on... Oh, hold on real quick. Ari says, did you get an answer on the approval time frame? No. All right, really quick question if you're still here. For those of you who are monetized, how long did it take for you to get the approval? So I got 2 steps done already. I got the you know, the whatever, the base waiver, and then my AdSense account's linked, but now they're in the process of reviewing the channel. How long did that take, everybody? And again, we're only at the 3,000 hour mark, so we still have that another way to go, but it said that it could take up to a month, but everyone that I've talked to said that no way, it's usually a lot faster. Oh, Adventure America said less than 24 hours. All right. Okay, Shelly, good to know. All right. I think they just say a month because it probably took somebody a month and, you know, they just probably covering their basis is my guess. All right, everybody. Well, with that, we are going to sign off again. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you guys in another live soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.